It was the 5th time on Sunday a judge has been sworn in to Conneaut Municipal Court, but it was the first time it was done by the Ohio Supreme Court Chief Justice. With judicial representatives from Ashtabula, Lake, Geauga, and Cuyahoga County in attendance, Carl L. DiFranco was sworn in as judge by Ohio Supreme Court Chief Justice Maureen O'Connor. DiFranco replaces Thomas Harris, who held the Conneaut post for 26 years, but was elected in November to Common Pleas Court. Harris was in attendance along with Marianne Cezanne, another Common Pleas judge, as well as Ashtabula's Laura DiGiacomo, who, like DiFranco, was recently appointed municipal judge by Governor John Kasich. After introductions by Western County Judge David SCHROEDER, the ceremony was emceed by 11th District Court of Appeals Judge Timothy Cannon.
Thank you all for coming out on a Sunday morning. I know everybody's got other things to do, but this is an important moment in the history of the city of Conneaut and of this court district. Our guest of honor was first elected to the Ohio Supreme Court in 2002. She was re-elected in 2008 and then has been serving as our Chief Justice since 2010.
I think you all are aware that serving in the judiciary is a privilege. And you no doubt understand well from your time, Judge, as an acting judge on the Painesville Municipal Court, what a privilege and honor it is. And becomes more of a privilege and an honor when you're actually elected. I gotta tell you, when that security vest with the job, you can take a deep breath. And so, we have that to look forward to, hopefully. Serving those without a voice is a privilege too. And thank you for representing the best interest of dozens of abused and neglected children in Lake County as a guardian ad litem. I know that's part of your background, and it's a really commendable thing for an attorney to do, to use their talents to help those who cannot help themselves. And you are to be commended for that. After having been a full-time judge for, exactly a week now, you certainly realize that you have responsibilities to the public that you serve, the colleagues you serve with, the staff you employ, and the litigants and the defendants who come before this court. As a dedicated public servant who answers to the rule of law, you are charged with a solemn duty to issue decisions both faithfully and impartially. As you can imagine, as Chief Justice, I've been called on many, many times to exact an oath from those individuals who have been called upon to assume the responsibility for carrying out a particular duty. A judge's career starts out with the oath when you're admitted to the bar. A lawyer swears to uphold the Constitution and laws of the United States and those of Ohio, and to uphold the ethical standards incumbent upon all those who practice law. The promise is to treat all with respect, with courtesy, and with dignity. On becoming a member of the judiciary, another oath is administered to further bind that individual to perform additional duties and responsibilities. The oath pledges precise conduct, both on and off of the bench. And these are not merely words. Taking an oath, the swearing in, as it is called, is more than just a perfunctory, quaint ceremony. It is not to be taken lightly, and it has genuine, real significance. As a result of your oath, your conduct is anchored by the public good and the public trust. By raising your right hand and taking the oath, you are bound by duty to your fellow citizens. Part of the duty must include a dedication to remain neutral, a neutral arbiter. I always advise judges to take what you do very, very seriously. You're in a position of trust and one that focuses on duty to the litigants before you and to the institution of our judiciary. The stakes are high, and of course the expectations are great. Having said that, I also advise judges not to take yourself too seriously. You have to keep a sense of humor. And don't forget to build in time for your family, your community, your spiritual growth, and yourself.
Carl went to a little bit of background for those of you who don't know. Carl graduated with honors from Lake Catholic High School. He's a Phi Beta Kappa magna cum laude graduate of Purdue University. He attended Penn State University School of Law and is licensed to practice in all the courts of Ohio, as well as being admitted to practice in the United States Supreme Court. He's been in the private practice of law at my old firm for the past 15 years. He was an acting judge in the Painesville Municipal Court, mentored by Judge Cicconetti for the past 10 years, which does not mean that he will be appearing on Dr. Phil or Sally Jesse, just so you understand. But Carl's a great all-around guy, very involved in the community, volunteered with the Legal Aid Society, the YMCA, the CYO. He and his family are a wonderful, wonderful group. He's a runner. You may see him run. He doesn't consider himself a runner, but anybody can run 26 miles to me as a runner, believe me. He's demonstrated an intelligence and a commitment to the law throughout his career. He'll continue to do that and meet the challenges that face the judge on the municipal court bench, I think, without any problems whatsoever. He has a great common sense and calming mannerism about him. But the one thing that got my attention is when this all came about, discussing with him his enthusiasm and his excitement about serving the Conneaut community in this capacity. You will catch on to very soon. I will tell you that when you do get to know him better, you will know that he is as nice a guy as he seems, that you'll see that he can be very firm when he needs to be.
Holding the Bible during the swearing in was DiFranco's father, Carl Sr.
If you would raise your right hand, put your left hand on the Bible and repeat after me. I, Carl L. DiFranco,
I, Carl L. DiFranco,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of Ohio,
and the Constitution of Ohio,
and will administer justice
and will administer justice
without respect to persons,
without respect to persons,
and will faithfully and impartially
and will faithfully and impartially
discharge and perform
discharge and perform
all the duties incumbent upon me
all the duties incumbent upon me
as judge of the Conneaut Municipal Court,
as judge of the Conneaut Municipal Court,
according to the best of my ability and understanding.
according to the best of my ability and understanding.
And this I shall do,
And this I shall do,
as I shall answer unto God.
as I shall answer unto God.
Congratulations, Judge.
Wow. What a special day. This is the first time in the 86-year history of the Conneaut Municipal Court that the Chief Justice of the Ohio Supreme Court has visited. The Conneaut Municipal Court is further from Columbus than any other court in the state. Rural communities matter, Ashtabula County matters, Conneaut matters. So, on behalf of myself, my family, the Conneaut Municipal Court, the judiciary, the members of the Ashtabula, Geauga, Lake County, and Cuyahoga County bars, as well as the public, thank you so much for taking time out of your very busy schedule to be with us here this morning. It means a great deal to all of us. Thank you. And thank you to Judge Timothy Cannon. Most of you know Tim as a friend and a mentor. He taught me how to be a better lawyer, and more recently shared with me words of wisdom on how not to get reversed. Thank you to Judge Michael Cicconetti, who appointed a young attorney 10 years ago as an acting judge. He taught me what it means to be a good judge. Some of his words of wisdom that stick with me. Hire good people, stay out of their way, and let them do their job. Thank you to Judge Cicconetti and the staff of the Painesville Municipal Court for putting up with me for 10 years. And last, but by no means least, thank you to Judge Thomas Harris. Judge Harris was the judge of this court for 26 years. He cares very deeply about the city of Conneaut. He has big shoes to fill. I cannot fill them. But I can promise you the programs you care so deeply about, as well as the incredible staff you had here, will remain in place as long as I am judge of this court. So thank you. There are two people I know you will agree that I must especially mention. They are my mother and my father. My father's seated here today. My mother passed away a few years ago from cancer, but I know she's looking down. They provided, during their 40 years of marriage, abundant opportunity and guidance to see their son graduate with honors from high school, college, and law school, and ultimately become a judge. I am continually grateful for their love, guidance, support, and the values they gave me. Now that I am formally vested and ceremonially vested with the office of Judge of the Conneaut Municipal Court, know that I am humbled by the trust that has been invested in me. I am keenly aware of the responsibility assumed, the challenges to be faced and met, and the opportunity to make a positive difference for the individual, the judiciary, and the city of Conneaut. So thank you. Yes, I think when I was in law school, at least at our law school, there were a lot of judges that came out of Dickinson School of Law. And as soon as I was able to, I asked Judge Cicconetti if he would consider appointing me, and he did. So I've been doing that for 10 years. And
This is Painesville Municipal.
Painesville, yeah, Judge Cicconetti is the one most people probably read about in the paper with the funny sentences, but he's a spectacular judge, and very fortunate to be able to learn from him for 10 years.
So you've been on the job for 1 week. So how is it different from Painesville?
It's not a whole lot different. I mean, it's the same type of cases. As the Chief Justice indicated, it's a little different when your name is on everything all the time. But as far as the subject matter, it's pretty much the same. Same type of cases, just a little different jurisdiction.
How have you found things since you've been here as far as personnel?
All the staff, Judge Harris had wonderful staff here, and I indicated as much in my remarks. They really are the nuts and bolts of the court. They know how the court is run. They care very deeply about the court and the city. So the court is very well run. So I've been very fortunate. They've been there for every question I had, as has Judge Harris. So fortunate.
Absolutely. This is really a great opportunity. It's one of the benefits of being Chief Justice, that you can come to communities like Conneaut and you can have the number of people that are here on a Sunday morning and they can see that the Supreme Court is really a meaningful part of this institution of the local judiciary. So yeah, it's a good thing to do.
This was a ceremonial swearing in the municipal courtroom. DiFranco has been judge a week and must run for the office in November against Charles Lafferty and Rex Sparkin.